Welcome back to the Energy Intelligence Forum. I'm joined once more by Abhi Rajendran, Director of Research and Advisory at Energy Intelligence and Head of North America Research. Thank you for joining me again, Abhi.
Thanks for having me again, Alex.
Thank you. You've just moderated your second panel of the day on US shale. I was wondering if you could talk me through the highlights and indeed let me know if anything surprised you about the discussion that you just led.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main takeaway from the panel was that the group, which was largely dominated by shale companies, remains optimistic about the outlook ahead, but also realistic. Realistic that the times are changing, that there's sort of growing demands on the industry. There is an energy transition that is taking shape. And that these are all things that the shale industry is not exempt from, right? And that they will also have to live by these rules. So with that kind of backdrop, they still think that there is an opportunity for for the shale industry to tell a story, to grow again, and to kind of come out of this downturn on the other side. And happy to kind of dive into some of the details, but that was sort of the overall tone that I took away from the panel.
Brilliant, thank you. And yeah, just to kind of elaborate on that, I wanted to ask you, what is one thing from your panel discussion that aligns with or agrees with Research and Advisory's view of the outlook for shale? And perhaps, if we have time, one quick thing that is different from your view.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think the one thing that we do agree with is, and one of the couple of the panelists noted that there's obviously a big U.S. election ahead, and that could lead to different paths forward for the industry. But I think that even if you don't have 4 more years of President Trump and you have a President Biden instead. Our view is that yes, there will be some impact to the industry, but that it's going to be a lot more moderate than people think. That it's not going to be sort of as dire, as disruptive as some people view out there. And that was one of the takeaways that we do generally agree with. Look, there is going to be some impact. That it is going to be a different path than what we've had the last couple of years, and there will be a little bit more regulation that the industry has to deal with. But what's surprising was, or what's interesting was that the shale companies on the panel said that, hey, this regulation is actually good for us because it will force us to be kind of adults about the way we do business. So that part we did agree with. One thing we didn't necessarily quite agree with is, I think the industry thought the panelists thought that the industry, was really going to sort of benefit from, some real, lost savings and some technology benefits coming out of this downturn that will really sort of change the game for the shale pack. I would say we have a slightly different view where we think that may be true for certain companies. I think the companies that were on the panel, I think that would be true for, but it's not going to be something that you can make a conclusion for across the industry, right? I think there are going to be a lot of companies that are going to really sort of struggle coming out of this, and a lot of small companies that are unfortunately not going to make it out of this downturn. And so, as an industry overhaul, we're a little bit more cautious on that view. Although there are going to be a couple of handfuls of companies that that do get to take advantage of this downturn.
Brilliant. Thank you, Abhi. That's all we have time for, but thank you so much for your insights today and for joining me this afternoon, and we will see you soon.
Thanks again for having me.
Thank you.